Good evening. This is Reverend Rick McCain with something you should know. Were you in a relationship with someone and they decided to break it off? Are you feeling depressed, lonely, and are your days filled with sadness? If this is you, then there's something you should know. God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. You were created for greatness and to do great things. If one person can't see the awesome beauty within you, don't get sad. Be happy. God is about to bring that special person into your life that will not only see you, but complete you. Never give another person the power to lessen what God has created within you. I learned long ago that sometimes elevation requires separation. Separate yourself from your sadness by removing the sadness within you. David learned this lesson and decided to make himself happy. Your first step from sadness to happiness is learning to love yourself and what God has created in you more than the words of love lost from someone else. So if you are feeling like you lost someone special, remember that special someone is still with you, and that's you. This is Reverend Rick McCain with Something You Should Know.
Now boarding the McCain train with Reverend Rick and author Brenda McCain. They're bringing hot and powerful topics regarding relevant issues on marriage, relationships, and life-changing family topics. And they are funny, engaging, energetic, and they bring real talk that reaches beyond the walls of the church. They have been successful because they have discussed topics like, help me, I want to grow old. My addiction is hurting my relationship. Aborted but not forgotten. Living in an HIV/AIDS relationship. The hand that loves me is hurting me. So if you want to know their glory, you have to know their backstory. So get on board the McCain train and listen to the Let's Stay Together Internet Talk Show.
Director of Malcolm Williams and Great Faith, and you're listening to the Let's Stay Together Show.
Hello, this is Reverend Rick McCain, and I'm with my wife, author Brenda McCain, my baby, my girl, my boo, and this is the Let's Stay Together Show, and we are here and honored to be here with Terry Vaughn. And Terry, we are just so happy to have you here on the Let's Stay Together Show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Well, great. Tell us a little bit about your role in this movie, 72 Hours.
You're Ricky Dillon, and you're listening to Let's Stay Together radio show.
Hello, this is Reverend Rick McCain, and I'm here with my baby, my girl, my boo, author Brenda McCain from the Let's Stay Together show, and I love my wife. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, this is an actor that I love. Mr. Harry Lennox, it is so nice to see you, sir. Thank you for being on the Let's Stay Together show.
Well, thank you, Rick. This is great, and I am honored to be with you and your beautiful wife.
Well, my question for this beautiful lady is she's very modest, and if I can do a shout out to you, because I got approval for this business my girl. I'm taking it back to Levita from Steve Harvey, but I love all of her work and everything that she does. And she's a 3-time Emmy Award winner, so that's why I said she's modest. And I know you're going to bring to this movie the goodness that you brought to Debbie's little girl, because you was so good as a level-headed girlfriend that kept everything going.
She was mean.
She was level-headed. She was, but I love you.
Very
so
judgmental.
you don't do me wrong, but I love you.
If you would like to advertise on the Let's Stay Together Talk Show or be a sponsor, contact us at letsstaytogethertalkshow.com and call 708-713-4958. Welcome back to the Let's Stay Together Talk Show. Your next stop, the McCain train.
You are now returning to the Let's Stay Together Talk Show.
All right. Thanks again to our boy back there, Jonathan Garcia. Man, you doing your thing. We love you, brother.
Love you.
Love you. He's not two. Okay.
Love you. Okay. I can't be sexy with it.
Was that sexy? It sounded like you was talking to Bam Bam.
No,
love you.
No, I said love you.
Jonathan wants, he wants that voice like, real sexy.
I'm trying to do it.
That was a terrible. We got to work on that voice, girl. That was not a sexy voice at all.
Love
there you go, Tracy. There you. It's Let's Stay.
It's called Let's Stay Together, not Kibbles and Bits or Gerbers. Hey, let's get back.
People got to stick together.
Hey, let's get back to the show. We're talking about let's talk retirement. We're talking entire insurance and and we want you to give you some information about certain tax codes and things that can help you out when you're retirement, and let you know that retirement is not something you can do when you're older. It's something you should be doing now. And the Let's Stay Together show is saying that we want you to hear this information, gather it, make sure that it's something that can work for you, and if it can, and you go and do your homework, as the Bible says, study to show thyself approved, and it's beneficial for you, then go for it. But don't just sit there and let somebody else tell you something without you taking the knowledge that you receive and applying it. Be like the Bereans. They studied. They made sure that what they were learning was right. So you've got to do that as well. We're going to go back to Otis and talk to him about certain things here. Otis, I had a question I want to bring up that one of my Facebook people shout out to me. It says, let me see. It says, wait, I lost. It says, how does litigation affect this plan? That's a good question. The person that, how does litigation affect this plan? I don't know if I understand what that means.
I don't even understand.
Okay, well, he said he understands it. Go ahead.
Like probate or something like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Money's tied in.
All right.
It's not.
It doesn't affect the plan at all?
Not, no.
So what you mean by probate, because probate is something that you have to wait for, though, isn't it?
Right. That's when your money is tied up.
Right.
You know, if I happen to pass away, my family is going to take more time to receive it. If it's because it's going to be, you know, there's certain. So another thing, part of the taxations are there's death tax, there's inheritance tax, there's a lot of different things. So all of this is really taken into account. Yeah. But with these accounts, the money is paid out. Just the other day, we had a family. Unfortunately, they lost someone, but $1 million benefit was just paid out.
And how long is the time?
And can you tell me what their last name is so I can find out their relatives?
Smith.
Smith. Okay. Smith McCain.
Smith.
And so, I mean, you know, one of the things I love, we have a lot of listeners, people who listen to us around, you know, the United States, to listen to UBM, and some of them, when we put the things out on UBM, not on UBM, on our Facebook page, they send us some information. So we got some great people there. So you're basically saying that there is no litigation that can tie up this policy to stop the person from getting it. So that means if I had a 7702 tax code plan and I wanted to take some money out and I'm married to her, she can't stop her. Yeah, her. She can't stop me from receiving that money.
That's true.
You know. So what if we both on the plan?
Every plan is individual.
Oh, okay.
So there's qualifications with the plans also, which make them your own individual plan. So not everyone qualifies for these plans, however.
Oh, okay. You have to qualify.
Yeah, you have to qualify.
Break that down.
So if I know that...
Hold on for a second, Otis. Let me stop you for a second. I apologize. Do me a favor again before you talk about the qualifications of the program. Explain 7702 for the people that Tracy going to call on the telephone number. What's that telephone number, Tracy? You're looking right in front.
The telephone number is 312-754-4333.
You know, because Tracy been talking so much over there, I let her do that. So explain again to me the 7702 tax code and then talk about the qualifications.
Okay, so any money that accumulates inside of a cash value insurance life insurance policy, it's when taken out, it's considered a policy loan, so therefore it's not recognized as taxable income, and that means that it's tax-free because let's just say if you make money off of stocks, that's recognized as income, right? The money that you take in, so you get taxed on that. The IRC 7702 plan is tax-free, so everything that's in this account is tax-free. You never get taxed.
Okay, and so what are the qualifications that you were talking about?
Okay, so the qualifications is let's say if I have a death-threatening disease or something, because this is essentially the way you qualify is that everyone has to take a physical exam. We have to figure out whether or not they're insurable or not. I mean, because just face it, if I know someone's gonna pass away tomorrow, I'm not going to lend them, you know, my Range Rover or something like that in hopes that they're going to come back and bring it back to me, you know. I mean, it's something of value, and that's the same thing with money. You know, we're treating it, the insurance companies are treating it the same way. So everyone has to go through a physical exam where you just get your blood drawn and, a urine test, and
Yeah, pray everything come back
Exactly.
clean.
So you said any kind of life-threatening thing, like if they had like cancer, AIDS or something like that, that person would be disqualified from receiving that
for this plan. Yeah.
And so now, explain to me, why would that be the case if it's considered something that's tax-free? Are they concerned about the person getting their money too soon? I mean, why would they limit the person from that as far as what you would do with a 401k plan?
Well, with the insurance companies, they make their money within the first 2 to 5 years. So you have to really give them time to build up, because that's where they make their money. And now it's time to receive the other end of that, is where the interest starts to compound, as we were saying earlier before commercial. The compounding really takes off from there. The disqualifications come if you have a life-threatening disease. There are cases where they cover you, and if there's not, then there's other plans. There's other things you can do as far as helping a client out, in my case, or the leaders that I work with, just to have someone set and just have them with a peace of mind when they leave here, their family's taken care of.
So now, is this a one-and-done plan? So I'm in a 7702. I take my money out now. Can I reinvest money back into that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. Put in, take out.
This sounds so easy.
It's something. It's called a catch-up phase, actually.
Yeah.
So when you remove this money from the policy, it's taken out. It's tax-free, as I mentioned. If you take it out at a younger age, I definitely recommend that younger individuals put the money back, because you want your money to compound. I mean, essentially, I don't want anyone to think that this is just some willy-nilly plan, but they have to take this serious. This is your retirement. This is your future we're talking about. So I say that in all respect to say, put the money back if you're at a younger age. This is your future. Yeah. It's something that you really need to take seriously.
I'm getting a lot of questions over here. Go ahead, Tracy.
I was just going to say, I have a question, okay? I'm sitting here, I'm listening to you, and I'm understanding like every other word. I'm not a numbers person. I'm not a financial person. And I'm confused.
Okay.
I'm still confused. So I'm coming into your office, and I'm saying, look, I need to retire. I am 52 years old right now, and I have no retirement plan. I don't get this. I don't understand. Break it down for me so I can understand how this will really benefit me at my age.
Okay. So let's say this, right? So just to make it layman's terms, let's say if you give me, not me personally,
right,
but if you give me, let's say $4,000, I'll give you $40,000, and that number grows higher and higher just depending on what you're able to save and set aside. So with that being said, let's say it's just like your 401k plan. So you put a premium into your account every month, right?
No, I told you.
If you have
a premium in the account,
put a premium into the account every month, and then there's the money accumulates just based on the market and how it performs. Unlike that, when you put money into a 7702 plan, you never lose a dime, right? Like I said earlier, the worst you can do is 1%. There's a cap of 15%, which means you'll never lose your money. So if I tell you tax-free, right, when it's time for you to retire, and if I tell you liquidity at any time, so I say, Tracy, how's about that new Bentley you want to go buy when you're 62, right? If you have enough money in your account, you can do that. But, I mean, that's just really dependent upon your imagination and what you want to do with your retirement funds.
Okay, so at this point, let's say, I'm just an average Joe. I make an average amount of money. I'm telling you, I cannot afford to give you but $100 a month. Is that going to benefit me?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So there's plans for everyone. My whole thought is initially coming back and forth from California to Chicagoland area is because I grew up in this community. I want to be able to give back to my community. And how I do that is that I want to teach everyone that we need to have constructive habits. So if that means saving $25 or 20 cents a month or $100 a month, that's going to build a stronger habit to get you in a position to where you need to be. Then we can go back and retire at whatever age that we want to. We can make that aggressive. Or we can have a moderate, 65, enjoy life at the retirement age then. It's just, it really depends on the person that's educating you. You want to sit down with someone and have them go over this plan in its entirety because it's so powerful. So powerful.
Is it also complicated? I mean, is it going to be something like what Tracy's saying? Would it be something, my phone ringing with other questions? Is it something that someone who doesn't have a knowledge